So we pick up here about 10 seconds into the game, or maybe a couple minutes into the game. I'm not entirely sure, but one thing I think that we need to understand is right when we start a game, it tends to be scruffy, as you'll see in this first few minutes. And the key to the opening part of a game is when you have little tackles, when you have moments to pressure the ball, and when players on the other team are sort of open, can you do just enough to destabilize them and really earn a quality opportunity at goal? I think we actually did a pretty good job of this. You'll see them score, actually, in not too long. They managed to get a goal in the first couple minutes of the game. But what you can see is what pressure on the ball does. So right there, Sasha's trying to get through. She gets pressured. They retain the ball, they look for a pass, and here you can see this is opening part of the game, confusion and just trying to sort things out. It's very normal, but the team that is able to get through these areas, as this team is right now, is going to have more success. And this is the first passage of play of the whole game where, passes were being connected, at least 7, 8, 9 passes in a row, and it's actually a brilliant goal. Really good little setup, one touch, great one touch finish, and I think it was a great way for us to have to settle into the game. To be honest, this is maybe the best piece of quality I saw from the team we played. They were not, they were a Castle Rock select team. I doubt this is anywhere close to their whole roster, but the key was that we stayed positive and that we, actually went for it and attack and be really positive in the way we play. And so here what you see is I'm asking Scarlett to get on the ball in the center circle. I don't want the ball to go really backwards too much. If we play one ball back, I want us to go forward on the next one. A lot of times you'll see Rapids teams here get the ball and play it to their center backs. I want us to try to move up the field, and I'm okay with that, and I'm okay with Jocelyn making an effort to try and return the pass there. If we lose it, now we have to be hungry to destabilize them, win it back, and anything that's loose in the middle we have to try and get a hold of. I trust our center backs to make tackles there, but as long as we are where we can be to win the ball back, especially from a clearance, can we help out right there? And this is a great thing that Sasha's able to do, get us forward, and Scarlett does the same here. She takes a touch, she actually carries the ball a full 20 yards up the field, and has now dragged 3 players over to her. Someone has to be open. This is a good piece of play. Unfortunately, she plays the ball out, but I love that kind of positivity. Dribble forward, get us up the field, force defenders to double or triple team you. If they do, like I said, somebody is open. And then what we want to do when we get a team into this area, especially if they have a throw-in, is not let them out. So what you'll see here is a couple Burgundy jerseys that are open. It looks really like they're way too open, but you'll see us come into the picture here and start to pressure the ball. And we win it immediately. Now this is where we have to be, composed. Make sure we don't give those away cheaply, because counterattacks can happen very fast. And if that's a better ball, that right winger there, she's in. She's taken off. She's running down the line. But this I really like. I really like us trying to find passing options, and then here looking to switch it. Gets blocked, but once again, can we win it back? Pressure on the ball. These are the kinds of things, the endeavor that you need early in a game, because it's hard to get a foothold, but if you're always getting to where you need to go, and just like that, Zoe looking forward right off the bat, we can make something happen. You see that this ball, it may not have connected right off the bat, and we ended up with a corner right here. So they're very small details that are the difference between battling it out and slugging it out with the other team in the midfield and actually being able to advance yourself up the field, get into positions where you can be a little more threatening and optimistic, to where we can bring our defenders up into the picture. And on corner kicks, we just have to figure out, we'll work on a plan, we'll work on the best way to get the most out of these situations. So, this is moved on to the second half. I think there's a cable that doesn't really fully connect at all times if the camera's moving, that gets loose. It's something I got to sort out. But want to give a big thanks to Ben Kinsella for videotaping this game, and I think he did an excellent job. And there's so much for me to see and work with. And what I do hope is that the players also watch this so that they can learn a lot, and they will learn a lot by seeing what's in front of them here. So, quick note on building out of the back. This ball should go out to Lindsay now. One or too many touches, we get ourselves into trouble. But this is okay. I want us to learn how to do this. If we can see the goal this season or two from trying to do the right thing and making a mistake, I'm okay with that. I don't want us to become overly reliant on playing out of the back, and you'll see as the game proceeds how Nolani uses different range of passing and also some punts to change it up and sometimes get us up the field way quicker. That's an opportunity to clear, and it's a great save right there by Nolani. But we really have to make sure that if we have an opportunity to get our foot on the ball and through the ball, it needs to go as far away from goal as we can possibly get it. Get under it, get it up, out, and away. That has to be the rule, but you cannot be doing this in a state of panic. You have to calm down, breathe, and put your foot right through the ball so that it goes away from your goal. If you're panicking, you're likely to do a poor clearance, which I can tell you as a midfielder who would love to sit up top of the box, I would wait for that. I would wait for defenders to not be able to kick the ball out, and I would just be standing there ready to have them tee me up, essentially. So that's something that we've got to make sure we do. Get the ball out when we can. Really get it out. And so here you see that range where if we've got people open up at the top of the field because the others have pushed up so much, why not do this? Right? Chloe's being really positive here. She's pushing. She's harrying the defender. It gets us way up the field, and now we can pressure them so high. And at some point, we have to make a really good tackle to win the ball, because if everyone just barely misses, all the work we did to get forward gets undone. Now everyone listen right here. Should have heard two little touches of the ball. One was the first thud, the next was the deflection that went out. I just asked Lindsay, is that your ball? No one on her team did or said anything. The other team picks up the ball and they throw it in. Most people knew it was clearly our throw-in, but we stood around and looked around and acted like, well, we didn't take command of the situation. It was our ball. And this does happen. Sometimes referees aren't sure about a decision. They kind of look at what the player's behavior is, and they'll just point in the direction of the team that seems to be certain that the ball was theirs. So we jump ahead a little bit here. This is where we started to put a lot more quality in our play up front. I think we got a lot more confident. Our midfield stepped up to really put pressure on, and here you can just see us wanting to get the ball back. And it creates opportunities. From here on out, we are just a little more dangerous than we were throughout the rest of the game. Now, right here, Addie's going to try and dribble through a couple, and it's risky, but she also drew 3 players to her. And as I said with Scarlett earlier, if you can draw 3 players to you, someone has to be open. Yes, the key is you have to connect to someone else. You have to get the ball away from you. But I think I'm okay with that again. And here I'm telling Lindsay, stay upfield. You're right winger, stay upfield. I don't want you going back and defending. I want you to be an option when we win it. So when our defenders get it in this situation, our midfielders get it. And right here you'll see someone's about to look up. The ball doesn't come to her, but it's far better for her to be closer to the halfway line receiving the ball than 30 yards from our goal, because she's a winger. She needs to be getting on the end of through balls so that she can cross for us to get goals. All right. So once again, this is This is actually quite good play from this team, trying to get a shot. I thought our pressure on the ball was good. That is a great catch. And once again, trying to release the ball quickly. Really good skill by Chloe to get the ball down. And again, just be positive. Just go for it. I mean, you might get lucky. A good bounce goes your way. Yep. And now we're driving into the penalty area. I don't consider this long ball. I consider this being direct and trying to attack quickly. And in the final 30 yards of the field, when we get closer to goal, we definitely want to calm down a little bit and improve our decision making and our passing. But you'll see that it was already on the rise in this game. It was just a matter of time before we put together what we wanted to. Right there, I was saying no turn, no turn, no turn. Probably one of the things you maybe would hear me say the most. As a coach, definitely as a player, when I played in the midfield or in the back, I would tell people never to let an opponent turn. Once they do, once they're facing forward, they can even do that, put you under pressure. So if they're facing their goal, under no circumstance do you let them turn around. They play backwards or sideways. If they're panicked and they do that, we win it. If they have time on the ball, we have to close it. Excellent right there. Tackle. And so the key here is, can we settle the ball? After we win it, after we make these tackles, can we just have a little bit more composure? Right? This is great composure. Getting out of our feet, finding a pass. So if the back line can win the ball, find a pass into a midfielder, the major key is that the midfielder can repeat the process. Receive it, find another teammate. And it only takes 2 or 3 passes to get up into the other team's penalty area sometimes. So really worth it for us to be clean like that. Now once again, they have a throw in here, as I said earlier in the first half. Do not let them out. She knows how long the throw's going. Don't let them out. Tackle. Fight for it. Again, they're really, really good to just play a simple pass and another simple pass. And here, go one-on-one. Why not? Why not? You lose it, no worries. Put pressure on her. Good. She kicks it out. Gives it right back to us. This is sustained pressure. Here's our right back taking a throw in, 40 yards from their goal. This is a statement of intent. Can we keep a little bit more composure and quality to create an opportunity to score? And that's exactly what was right there. Very, very good play. Good combinations. Great shot from Layla. Good save by the goalkeeper. And here we get a corner kick. So on corner kicks, really what we want to do is put the ball in the dangerous area and get to it first. And you'll see on the back side of the box here, everyone's so close to goal that when it goes through, there's no one standing there to just have a shot. So we will work on corners. We have yet to do that. But how we set up will help us get just more opportunities to score. So I want to note the quality here. This is patience. Zoe's not panicking, she's looking up, she's trying to find an option, uses her body very well to open up a pass and find Sasha. Sasha's going to fight for this ball, Jocelyn's going to clip one in, Grace is all by herself, goal. What Zoe did, and you hear the girls congratulating her, what she did at the beginning of that action was so crucial. So crucial. And then having the quality, 2 other actions after that, that's what creates the opportunity for the goal. Grace did very well to keep calm and just slot it home. Now that our opponents, I think they know we mean business at this point. Their coach started going on the field and helping them out a little bit more. And really the change in the game, I didn't think their team was playing any worse. I just think we started to figure out ways to get pressure on the ball, try to win it back, and I think we transitioned in and out of defense and attack pretty well. So we started to get a better foothold in the game in the second half, and we scored 3 goals. It's one of those situations where everyone took a nibble to tackle, but no one took a real bite, and so they got all the way into our goal box by just sort of bushwhacking. We've got to be able to put a body in, get a strong foot in, and get the ball really away. I think that 6 or 7 players in that passage right there, from the midfield all the way until this shot, it was probably 15, 20 seconds, where more than half our team had an opportunity to slow down, maybe even stop the defender, and we just didn't bite hard enough at the ball. So I love this from Nolani. Find the gap, let's go straight forward. And that's why we have those 2 defenders at our 2 center backs at the point of the 6-yard box there, is to draw the other team in. And if they start to cheat too high, we go over the top of them and we attack further up the field. So this is an opportunity for everyone to get up the field, especially now. I like to say that when there's a bad pass, a bouncing ball, a bad touch, or you can see the opponent's backs, they're facing their own goal, that means press. So that was an opportunity for us to get everyone up the field. The goalie's running back to try and save the ball from going out for a corner. I mean, we should be just right up in their faces when she turns around so that we can win it back. This is good pressure on the ball from Zoe, and then equally good pressure from Sasha. Terrific combination play between her and Grace. Positive touch forward. And look, yes, the keeper probably should have saved that. But if you don't buy the ticket, you don't win the lottery. I think when we think about the goals that we've seen here, we created a really good shot that Layla took that was from winning the ball back in the midfield, combining in the midfield, and really making sure here we tried to play better passes. I think that's a little bit wasteful. We don't really, I don't know if the players feel super confident they can score from 35 yards away. It's a difficult thing to do. And maybe when you've seen the goalkeeper, be a little bit weak in certain scenarios, you think, why not? And I'm okay with giving something an effort every now and again. What I will say is, you take a look at what we've done here to score goals, and there's a very simple consistency to it, right? Calm down, use the quality that we have, find passes, think through it, and we're going to get shots on goal.
Actually, let's go. Madison, did you ask for it? I'm not going to give it to you if you don't ask. Don't get stuff all right. As a defender, I'd rather get closer to your center back. Does that make sense? Stay a little, if you're closer to the middle, it's less dangerous. They have to go outside. There you go.
It's another great save by Nolani. Now there's a whole corner kick debacle here. Corner kicks to defend them is actually not too difficult. The older you get, once the balls are flying into the box and there's people leaping 4 feet in the air to try and head it and go through anyone in their way, that becomes a little bit different. But right here, for us, I'm not worried about the players heading the ball out. I just want them to start in a position where they can face forward, where they can see the field in front of them. They can also angle their body to see the ball, and so that they're able, and with their backs completely to the goal. The reason you want to do that is you want to be running forward towards the ball when it comes across. So if you get a kneecap on it, a shin, something like that, it goes out, away from goal. Here, we were all standing facing the ball straight on and not deep enough. So when it comes across, it goes by 2 or 3 people. We're able in that scenario to dig it out. They get another corner kick. But once again, you can see the body positions. Most of the players are facing the ball mostly straight on. And you can see Layla actually walking back towards our own goal. Now, this is better. But running backwards, 3 of us touch it, it goes in our own goal. We just want to make sure that instead of running back to get the ball, we're running forward to get the ball. It's super simple. So just start deeper and leave marks open because they're running towards goal. You can run towards them. They're going to run straight towards you, and that is how we can get it out. So as I said, I want us to be positive on kickoffs. Right here, we have 3 players on the ball. I really like this. What I would say is if Sasha can get herself right up to midfield, and as soon as that ball is played, she just takes off running. If she just takes off running right here, there is a small possibility that she gets to that. So I think it's a very good idea. What I like is us being positive right off the kickoff. Go on. Let's try and score. Let's try and score.
Brandon, play feet. Wrist wider. Wrist wider.
You can see, I think both teams did a really good job of pressure on the ball. I mean, I hear this is good pressure on the ball by Lindsay to make sure that it doesn't end with the player running away, right? Keep her there, force her out. In the prior action, you saw Zoe trying to get to a ball, or you saw Sasha trying to get to a ball, and she couldn't because, one of them competed. Right there, you see one of us going for the ball, and here's that quality I'm talking about. And here's the positivity. You're 1v1. Just go for it. Good. Now we have a throw. And this is these are just great examples of the little tiny simple things we need to do. At this point, I have probably exhausted the impact of saying how important the simple things are. But really, that is a huge part of my coaching. It's something that I think is very important. If we all do our individual jobs well, the collective will be in a really good place to pick up for each other. Right there, yes, they passed by 3 of us, but Lulu was in the right place and eventually was able to clean up for it. That's what we need to try and do. Here, Kate's going to help out. Lulu does great pressure, but that's great second defending, right? What we need to do there is then have the quality to find the open player. And I think we will get much, much better at that this season. Much better. And once we do, I think we're going to start seeing the confidence of the players rise because they're going to end up in more exciting situations that they can express themselves in rather than just being, I think, a little bit timid. So there, you can see where we are. Corner kick gets cleared straight out. And now we're going forward. So the difference, you see the difference between that and an own goal. I mean, it's standing 1 extra foot back and turning your body. It's just a very simple adjustment. And I really enjoyed seeing those adjustments bear fruit, within minutes. That was really exciting. There's about a minute left that we have in the recording here. Once again, thanks to Ben Kinsella for doing this. And we will do more of this, and I'll also get some more sessions, some of the training sessions filmed. I have some ideas for how I can share some of that with all of you. And more than anything, I just wanted to say how positive this was an experience. Unfortunately, we don't get Chloe's goal that she scored after this to actually give us a win. But there's so many positives, and I do encourage the players to go ahead and watch this. I know that for them, they heard me say a lot of the things I've just been talking about. But here, look at this adjustment immediately. Two players who aren't center backs. I reminded them in that instance because that's not their usual spot, but they know exactly where to be. They know what their role is. And we tried to go long. Okay, what can we do to fix the situation? I think that was a running theme in the games. We worked. So I'm excited.